What's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy, and there's a good chance a number of you watching this video have not heard of me before. And, I'll get to why that's probably the case here in a little bit, but if you've been watching the channel for a while, maybe this will just serve as some info letting you know why in the world the selection of videos seems so freaking random on my channel these days. But to those of you who are new, welcome aboard. This is what I'm going to call a trailer. It's really just more of an explanation on what the heck I do here on YouTube. I've been on here a few years, actually. About 5 as I'm recording and putting this out there. But I'm not a big name by any stretch of the imagination. And, the reason for that, there's probably a bunch of reasons for that. But really, it all boils down to the fact that I'm just doing me here. Like, I'm not trying real hard to, push for subscriptions or sponsorships or anybody buying merch or supporting me on Patreon or anything like that. I hate pushing people for stuff, especially monetary stuff. But yeah, additionally, I'm not super duper active on social media stuff because I hate feeling like I'm pretty introverted, so I hate the idea of trying to post something that's going on about my life every 5 minutes of the day, or even just every day in general. But yeah, I also this is just sort of a hobby thing for me. I don't want to turn this into a grind to where I am not liking how often I feel like I have to do this. I don't want to feel real obligated towards it. It's just me putting myself out there to the world. It started as sort of a weekly update / I'm going to air quote vlog, because it's not like most people think of vlogs as the travel vlog where you're, going somewhere and shooting video footage of, the trip there and back and some stuff while you're at the destination or whatever. And it definitely wasn't that. It was more weekly update sort of thing where I was just kind of sharing my thoughts on something that happened over the course of the week, something that came to my mind because of events over that particular week. And it was almost like an extension of journaling, which somebody suggesting it in that way was kind of what got me started on it in the first place. But after a while, I started integrating some other kinds of videos because I was like, the whole putting my thoughts out there every week, there were times when it was almost kind of difficult for me to come up with something to talk about when it was just again, update or something on a specific topic that was almost more of a, hey, here are my thoughts on this matter. So I expanded things. I, started doing some random, web game video type things. Sometimes I've done music top 10s. Eventually I upgraded some of my equipment and have done game capture stuff since then. Lots of game capture stuff since then. That's probably become the heart of my channel these days. But again, it's all just me putting myself out there, just doing stuff that I enjoy and sharing it with the world, essentially. And, it's that mindset that really, I think, is, that combined with the fact that, I'm kind of a late adopter to the whole YouTuber idea. There was no way I was riding any waves of popularity. I don't really do a lot of stuff that's super duper recent, even with my gaming. Probably the closest I got to that was back when I did my Kingdom Hearts 3, gameplay pretty shortly after the game came out. But yeah, I just pretty much do whatever I feel like doing on here. And I don't put a lot of time and effort into like getting the perfect thumbnail out there. I'm not super big on like, oh, I'm gonna like really heavily edit this to, make it perfect or make every moment like, interesting. Interesting was a bad word choice there. I'm not trying to make every moment like super engaging or like funny or thought-provoking. Like, that's not life. And if I'm just putting myself out there, I should put all of me out there, not just the most interesting parts of it. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of the general summary, really. This is just kind of a hobby of mine, something I thought about doing and kind of enjoy, and so I'll just keep doing it kind of like this until it either explodes and I decide I want to do more of it, or it, becomes too much to keep up with because, maybe other things in life come up and my schedule fills up with other things. But as it stands, I just try and put stuff out there, at least one thing a week. It's typically, as of the past couple of years anyway, been more like 2 or 3 things a week. But, it's just whatever I can get out there as I can, essentially. I just try and make sure it's at least one thing a week so I'm not getting completely, overlooked by the YouTube algorithm and whatnot. And so, people have at least something of mine that's new to come back to each week. So, yeah, again, that's really about it. A lot of you know how the whole YouTube thing works, so just look down the description for all the info you need there. Yeah. That'll tell you all about, following the channel and interacting, with this here and other social media pages and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm not going to bother you with all the minor details of all the different things that I want you to do. I will say, though, if you got any video suggestions, leave a comment or something down there so I can, consider it, engage with it. Generally speaking, the comments that I've gotten, I've tried to at least do something connected with it. But anyway, so yeah, that's really all I've got to say. It was, part of the reason for doing this video was actually just realizing that, like, I've been putting stuff out there on YouTube for like 5 years now, as of recording and putting this video out there. I probably should have some sort of trailer or at least an overview of what the heck I'm doing here on YouTube. So, yeah. Anyway, it'll give you a little more accurate picture instead of, just freaking blooper outtakes, highlights, or whatever I've had as my trailer up to this point. So anyway, that's all I've got. Hopefully y'all will, click on something that's linked somewhere around here, and watch more of my videos. Hopefully you'll tune in to something of mine here in the near future if you're not going to click on one right away. But whatever the case is, whenever you come back, until next time, stay cool, people.